Hello everyone, and welcome back. As you can obviously see, I'm out mowing the pastures. Has a little bit of tranquility to it, having it all nice and mowed. It was a mess. I have a feeling that this video is gonna kind of be all over the place and probably not a super long one as far as farmhouse video goes, because today now I got the fields mowed. I wanted to get out here and take a look at the garden, but we'll do that another day. Tomorrow morning I'm heading up to the tent. I'm gonna meet my dad up there and fix that chimney on the workshop. Then I'm back here the next day. I'll stay one night. And then the following day, I think I'm bringing Brandon in for 2 different appointments at 2 different hospital type things. And then, let's see what day then. Then the next day, I think I'm up at Zachary's helping him put in brand new kitchen cabinets in their house. So I don't know what I'm going to be filming and not. I've got 2 tent videos I'm editing right now. I've got a mud bugging video that needs to be edited. And then I've got this one I'm filming. So, and then I'll have the tent one tomorrow. So yeah, this garden's doing great. Hopefully I can fit some time in and we can take a look, because except for this row of peppers, which I have no clue. I mean, look at the difference. That row to these rows. You know, I have no idea, but the garden's doing really good. I made it back to the farmhouse today after being up at the tent. Helped my dad. We fixed the chimney on the workshop, the wood stove chimney, and then fixed his DVD. Got that done, which is good because it's been bugging me all summer that we haven't fixed any of that yet, especially that chimney. And I thought we'd take a look at the garden here, because tomorrow in the morning I'm real busy, and then the following day I think I'm supposed to go to Zachary's to put in kitchen cabinets. And this garden, it's liking the heat. Today it got to 81 degrees, and tomorrow it's supposed to get to 87 degrees. We haven't had any 90-degree days, very few 80-degree days. A lot of 60-degree days and low 70s, but it just hasn't been a hot summer at all. It's been on the cool side for sure. But the plants in here are going crazy. They're loving this heat now. Look at the beans. Getting tons of flowers on them. I'm going to get a good harvest of beans, I think. Those potato plants, which were planted, I don't know, a good 3 weeks later than the ones in the potato garden, are, some of them almost waist high. The other ones are much shorter. It'll be interesting to see how they produce. And so far, no potato bugs or potato beetles. All the other years I've planted them, I had them, and this year, none. So we're getting a ton of tomatoes in here, which is good. I mean, since we're in July still, we've got all of August, and then, you know, part of September before we start getting the real cold nights, and the days, you know, they're getting shorter now, but we still have some good light. And so I'm hoping we would always get tons of green tomatoes, but very few red, and taking them off and bringing them inside and letting them mature. It works some of the time, but it doesn't work as consistently as I would have liked. That first year we took a ton of them in, and we had a ton of them that just rotted. So Anyway, just taking a quick look, and I mean, look at these tomato plants. They're just so full and so healthy looking. I have this real colorful kale right here, and I just planted it right next to this, what was the raised bed that I haven't dug out of there yet. That stuff just grows. Even after it freezes out, that stuff continues to grow, you know, until it freezes real hard. The cabbage is doing really good, both types. I see there's a few bugs eating some of the leaves, but it's manageable. The cauliflower, all of them have cauliflower heads started. I wish I would have planted broccoli. When I went in there, I thought I bought one package of broccoli, 6 plants, and one package of cauliflower. And what I really bought was 2 packages of cauliflower. And we like broccoli better, but whatever we're growing, as long as it's growing good, it'll be good, and they are doing real nice. We have to get out here and pick zucchini. Some of these are getting so huge. We've been real busy. And I mean, like, look at that one. Still have a lot of the nice small ones that you get in the store, but you know how it is with zucchini. You get more than you need. And a lot of, you know, a bunch of it goes to the chickens when they get that big. And eventually you just feel bad because so much of it was wasted. But look at those plants though, they're just huge. Even all these over here, which are just from last year. You know, these are just the seeded ones that I let grow. And they're getting, let's see if you can see that. Even they're getting a lot of stuff on it. Getting a lot of peppers. I don't even know what kind these are. They look like some kind of a jalapeno. We need to pick these. I think I said it before. We're picking them, putting them in the freezer until we have tomatoes so that we can make salsa. But except for that one row, I feel like I already talked about that in this video. So if I did, I'm sorry. But that row is just not doing good. I don't know if the soil is bad right there or what the deal is. That's, you know, I have no clue. But everything else, I mean, it either has flowers or it already has peppers on it. Or there's some growing. Here's some down here. These must be banana peppers. These are some kind of a hot pepper. And this over here is actual jalapeno peppers. I saw there's some right there. This one has a whole bunch on there. It's getting to the point now where I can't really weed anymore. You know, things are getting too big. I just pull out the big ones, but I see we have cantaloupes that are growing. I'm gonna put the sprinkler on this tonight. I have it over on the potato garden now. And over here, I'm not sure if this is the pumpkin plant or if this is one of the, I have 2 pumpkin plants and a few acorn squash because my mom and dad love acorn squash. I don't know which one is which yet, but they're all doing good. And over here, that's where my watermelon plants are. I don't see any watermelons yet, but I guess I just saw these right now, so I haven't looked real close. Anyway, everything is doing really good in this garden, so I just keep it watered. I was really hoping, I was up to the tent, and when Melissa and I were up there, and then I was just up there again yesterday, and like I said, and there was some thunder and lightning and a little bit of rain, and here there's just been nothing. And so it's all been the sprinkler, and I wish we would get a couple of good thunderstorms so that nice nitrogen rich, you know, from the lightning and everything, water and stuff would come down and help everything out. But as long as I keep it watered, fairly weeded here, it seems to be doing all right. I think I'll shut the sprinkler off on this one. We can take a look at this, and I'm going to turn the sprinkler on the main garden. I've had this going for a couple hours now. All the onions are growing pretty good here. Potatoes now are, there's some of the, I think those are whites on the other end. Maybe they're reds, I can't remember. Those are still have some flowers, but everything else is done flowering. And when it was flowering, that means that they were making potatoes. And now you see, starting to get some of the plant is starting to look sickly and die off a little bit. And that'll just continue to happen. And when they're all looking pretty dead, we'll be able to dig them up. I would say, I don't know, probably middle to the end of August. This time of year, I'm always tempted to dig one up and get all the new little potatoes because they taste so good. But then I feel bad that I used up a plant that didn't get to its full potential, so I always wait. The fireweed still has a ways to go until it flowers all the way to the top. Winter's not here yet. Brandon came out today and he picked about a half-a-gallon bag of raspberries. They're just everywhere. Haven't even really been in the middle part of it yet. Chickens and the ducks have a nice pool full of water there. I brought the mower up north, mowed the tent yard, the tent driveway, the folks' cabin yard. Everything worked great. Loaded it on the trailer, no problem. I get home here and I back it off the trailer, and this blade, the middle one, is laying right on the bed of the trailer. I had dropped this all the way down. And this one was so loose that I only had to spin it with my fingers maybe 3 or 4 times, and this one fell off. The other one on the other side is totally tight. I have no idea how that happened. There was no rattling when I was using it at all. When I drove it on, everything was working perfect. And Melissa was following me, and she says she remembers, she didn't know what it was. She thought it was a rock or something when this nut, or the bolt in the big washer, fell off. She said because it come off the side and then bounced under her truck, and she heard it clunk. So I ordered those parts. You know, I bought one of these. I think I ordered a 3-pack. I can't remember. And they should be here tomorrow because I want to get the yard mowed. And the other mower that I've been working on, you know, the one I have to start with jumping the solenoid. I put in a new solenoid. And then today I ordered a new ignition switch, and that came. I put that in, and that did not work. It's the same thing. You turn it, and you know, lights come on, everything, but it won't start. So it's definitely a safety switch. It's not the one underneath the seat because I have that one wired together already. And so I looked online, and I mean, that one's a little different than this, but similar. And when you push this in, thing goes up, and there's a safety switch. And I can reach underneath there and push that safety switch up, and it doesn't seem like it's loose. So, and it's really hard to get at. So I thought, okay, I could, you know, pull that and wire it together, figure that out, so that one's bypassed. But then there's also a safety switch for, what is it for? For when the blade is going, which shouldn't be any big deal because it starts, you know. I guess I don't know. And then there's one more, and I thought, you know what, screw it. I'm not dealing with it. So I'm going to go tomorrow, get a push button start, you know, just a push button switch, and then you just run the 2 wires off of the solenoid, and you'll just turn the switch, push the button, and it'll start. All the safeties are completely bypassed. They still, the ones that are hooked up would still work, but they're not stopping it from starting. I don't even know if any of the safeties on that one have worked for a while, but obviously it's creating a problem. So instead of trying to do that safety switch, finding out that one's not, it's another safety switch, I just said I'm done. And if I have time tomorrow in the afternoon, I'll run up and get those parts. I'm not sure. I think it's within the next week. I don't know if it's this coming weekend or within the next couple of weeks anyway. The lady that bought the camper will be coming up to get it. They're coming up from Tennessee. Her name is Terry. And I told her I'm in no hurry. You know, I mean, it's not doing anything. It's not bugging me. It's sitting there. So that will be getting out of here pretty soon too. Well, I think that puts you fully up to date on everything that's on my mind since I finished mowing the fields, went up to the tent and got back here. Let's see what happens tomorrow. I just shut off the sprinkler on the garden. This is one of the few nights that you can be outside with a short sleeve shirt on. This whole summer has just been kind of chilly. Well, it's the following day in the afternoon. It's 7 minutes after 5. Today was a very busy day. I ran Brandon to a couple of appointments and then met up with Melissa, and the three of us went out to eat at a place in Superior, Wisconsin that we'd never been to before called, what was it? Mama T's Smokin' Eats. And they have kind of a southern theme, so I had a shrimp po' boy, and then what was it that Melissa got the same thing and Brandon got a crawfish po' boy, and then we got the crawfish egg rolls. And it was all pretty good. It really was. A little different than I always put the po' boys to a place in Louisiana that I always got them called Marlins. If you guys watched those videos, you've seen me go there many times through the years. And it was a little different. Like down there, the food down there compared to up here is not really comparable in a lot of ways. And the sandwiches, which a po' boy isn't considered a sandwich, but anyway, think of it as like a sandwich because it's on a bun, but it's always more sloppy down there. They put all kind of stuff on there. And up here, same with the hamburgers down there. When you get one down there, I think it was Melissa's mom that told me the first time I went over there and we did they had boiled crawfish. And I got to eat it, and I'm like a total newbie, you know, I put just a little bit on my tray and everything, and they were just piling them on there. And she's the one that said, Joe, if when you're eating down here, if it's not dripping off your elbow, you're not doing it right. And that just kind of tells you how their food is down there, and up here it's much drier. Like when you get a burger down there, you have, you know, lettuce, tomato, onions, mayo, you know, whatever, everything's on there, and it's running out the sides. And up here, when you order a cheeseburger, you get a burger with cheese on it. That's it. They might put some pickles off to the side. You have to ask if you want it California style with lettuce and tomato and everything. So it was a big adjustment for her. But for me, I have ate so many po' boys down there, and this one I kind of put against it. And this is probably the closest to what I've got. The shrimp was kind of had a harder outside on it. The breading, where down there it's more of a floury. It's not as like crisp or whatever. And I don't know, there were differences, but the food was really good. We're going to go back there again and maybe try their crawfish étouffée or something like that. But anyway, it was a busy day, and then got back here, and now tomorrow I'm going up to Zachary's to do the cabinets, and he sent me some pictures. He's got all the old cabinets torn out now. There's some plumbing pipes that come up right where the corner cabinet goes that are metal, you know, like galvanized or whatever, threaded pipes, vent mainly. One of them is a drain and the other ones are vents. So he was sending me pictures, and we're talking about how we're just going to cut all that crap out of there completely and just do it differently underneath because it's open underneath into that laundry area. So we're dealing with that, and now I'm just getting the tools that I think I might need tomorrow so that I just have everything that I need. Same kind of cabinets pretty much that we put into the Louisiana house. So I put a lot of them in now, and I just have to remember everything that I need or might need. More than likely Zachary has pretty much all the tools. I did ask him if he had a table saw, and he does not have a table saw up there. And if we have to cut any filler pieces, that I can do it with a skill saw, but it's still more accurate if I do it with a table saw. So I'm going to bring my little portable table saw up there. I'm not sure what he has for screws up there, and I'm sure he has them, but they might not be the kind that I like to use or that I'm used to using. So I'm definitely going to bring some up there, and then some that you can put cabinet to cabinet. Good morning, everybody. I'm just heading up to Silver Bay, Minnesota to Zachary and Samantha's house. I'm done at Zachary's today. Might go back on Monday. We got quite a bit done though. Now it's about an hour and a half drive home. I have been in this traffic jam in Duluth, Minnesota for almost a full hour now. I have not moved a half mile. It's like 4 lanes converging into one where the road construction is. I heard it was bad. I was worried this was going to be bad on the way home, but I didn't think it was going to be anything like this. I left this morning at 6 o'clock. Just pulled in the driveway here at 6:35. Good morning, everybody. Just getting ready to cook up some pork spare ribs. Melissa's making potato salad and I think baked beans. Tomorrow I think she's going to do spaghetti. It's been a while since she made homemade spaghetti. I hope I can get out to mow. I've got my part for the mower, the bolt that needed to go in for the blade, and then Melissa said don't mow the grass. There's a bunch of like medicinal wild stuff that she wants to collect, and I'm like, let's hurry up and get it collected. I want to mow the grass, so I'm sure I'll get to it today or tomorrow. Good morning, everybody. I didn't film anything much yesterday except for lunch. We went out in the camper yesterday afternoon and Melissa had got a new vacuum cleaner. I think she got it on like the Prime Day or whatever. And so we put that together, and it's a battery operated one, and we couldn't get it to work. And then we ended up watching a movie out there and just hung out there for a while. This morning now, I want to get some stuff harvested out of the garden. I mean, I've got zucchini that are just huge. They're just growing. Too bad you can't dry them and use them for firewood. They're big enough. They're as big as a log. But right now I'm collecting these peppers. Like before, I collected this type right here, which is a, what is this one called again? Garden salsa hot pepper. And I'll get these inside and wash them and put them into the same plastic bag and get them into the freezer as the other ones. And then I'm going to pick these here, which I haven't picked any of these yet, but there's a bunch on here. And these are true jalapeno. What does it say? Yeah, jalapeno hot peppers. So I'll get these picked, get the zucchini picked, go through these. I think these are, yeah, these are green peppers and they're not ready yet. They're getting more. Flowers are coming and stuff though. A lot of them started. Just trying to get a few things harvested here. I got a bunch. This over here, look at these ones. I have no idea what kind they are. I lost my little tag for them and didn't write it down, and these are huge. So I have no clue. I'll go get these washed up and put away and I'll be back. I'm just sitting here reading because I have a thing right here. It's Anaheim chili hot pepper. Fruits are green, deep green, turning red, medium hot. They get hotter when they get red, but most people harvest them when they're green. And I have that marked for these plants, but these plants completely look like a banana pepper. They're a real light green, and these over here look more like an Anaheim chili pepper. That's definitely got to be a banana pepper. The smoke from Canada must still be down, or yesterday it was. I can hear it in my voice. I guess the best way to figure this out is, since a banana pepper, you can harvest them at any size. It's not hot. It's got to be a banana pepper. There we have the Anaheim chilies and the banana peppers. Some of these, like this one, was just getting crinkled in between, so I will go ahead and cut it. But these, when I collect these next time, I might let them grow till they start getting a little bit red. We'll see. We have zucchini, cucumbers, we have yellow and the green zucchini. This here is some kind of a, I don't know what this is. I think it's more of a winter squash. This one looks green, but I pulled this plant and tossed it out of there because I've got so many. That's one that grew from last year. I've got so many of them, and now I'm getting these little tiny watermelons starting on my watermelon plant, so I needed them to get more light. Wanted to give the cucumbers a little more light. Little baby bean right there. It won't be long now. Ooh, look at that one. Yep. By next weekend, it'll be almost... Melissa said she is totally not ready to can beans yet this year. Well, there's going to be a lot of them. Holy crap. The Roma tomatoes took a little longer, but now I'm getting a ton of them on here. I need to learn how, when you go in there and you cut the sucker plants off or whatever. I have no idea. When I grow tomatoes, I just grow them and see what happens. All these tomatoes down here are beefsteak. This whole row over here is early girl. These potatoes don't look like they're getting sickly yet. Growing in with all this tansy. Didn't we just look at the cauliflower just like 2 days ago? And look at how much it's already grown. I got everything picked in the garden for today, but Melissa's making spaghetti, but it takes like 6 hours to make spaghetti with all the stuff that she has to put in it. So we're just gonna have sandwiches for lunch, and I need to go up to L&M to see it. One of the mower blades got bent when I was up at the tent. So I'll have to buy 3 new blades, and then I'm gonna stop at the store and pick up some chips, because we're just gonna do sandwiches for lunch. Made it back to the house, got everything that I need, I think, for the mower, and I got some chips for lunch. You can see when I cut here, it looks like this blade is low, but when I'm putting those 2 blades together, I'm not seeing that much of a difference in it at all. I guess I'll pull the center blade and we'll look at that one. And if it's not something like that, then it has to be a spindle. I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, I guess that one does look a little bit different, so maybe it was just a little bit of a bend to it. I don't know. I put 3 new blades on there right now. That'll tell us if it was a spindle. I guess maybe I thought I had it inside that star really good, but maybe I had one that wasn't quite in the star and it was a little bit crooked. Regardless, I just bought these blades last year, so these are still good, but got 3 new ones now. We'll see how it looks when I mow. I think that's better. I mean, I know it's better, but I can't, like, what's going on right here? Like, is there a little bit of a difference here? I'm gonna make a long run over there and see what it looks like when I step back and look. I think this left one is cutting a little bit lower than the other two. But maybe that's just in my head, but to me it looks like there's a clear line there, like a difference, or this one is a little higher. Either way, I'm going to run it this year. I'm not going to worry about it yet. It still looks okay, but I do believe that I bet you that one of the bolts that holds the spindle, I bet you it cracked. When I was up at the tent mowing, when I went over to the folks, I hit a piece of stump really hard. I mean, it was low to the ground, but what it did is it was rotted and it popped up, and it was a pretty good clunk. And I wonder, the reason why they make them out of aluminum is just so that it will break if there's something that jars it real hard. And anyway, I mean, I think this will be fine. I can mow and maybe I won't notice it, but I think maybe this winter or next spring it'd be time to really take a look at those spindles, because I haven't replaced one of them in a couple of years. Well, for the last probably hour and a half, I worked on this mower now. This is the old one. I went up to, and I got that switch, you know, at L&M. And now, turn the key on, you know, it won't start when you turn it, but if I do this, fires right up, so that's all I care. And then it was only running on one cylinder, and then so I pulled the spark plugs out, put them on the one side, and like I could see the spark plug sparking, and then I took, and the other side it wasn't sparking, so then I took that spark plug that wasn't sparking and put it on the side that was sparking, and then it sparked. Then I called Zach, but he didn't answer, and then I texted him to call me back. He hasn't called me back yet, but then I put everything back together again, and now it's firing on both cylinders, so I don't have a clue, and I don't care as long as it runs. Melissa started on the spaghetti sauce probably 9 o'clock this morning, maybe 9:30, and now it's almost 4 o'clock. Takes her a long time, but it's always really good. We picked some blueberries off our one blueberry patch. And now the raspberries. Brandon picked a bunch the other day, but if you look inside here, look at the size of those. So I'll pick some of these while Melissa's inside taking a nap. She doesn't do anything. I do everything around here. Mm-hmm. Hope she likes my spaghetti.
Right.
It's a lot of raspberries. We could have picked that many more. 3-4 days we'll be able to pick way more than this. I did go down to check them. Enough so that if they were all turning red, I would have known. Like, look at them all on that one. Let's go up where he went in over here to do the internet, because that's got like a trail. Okay everyone, well thanks a lot for watching. What a busy week. And tomorrow morning I'm heading back up to Zachary's bright and early. And then from there, once I'm done, I'm going to go up to the tent and help my dad on the backwoods cabin some more. He's got some stuff he needs done on one of the gable ends, and he's chinking up there, and he needs some overhang work done. So I'm going to go up and help him and spend the night at the tent. So I guess the next video after this one will be a tent video. Brandon and Melissa and I just sat out here for, I don't know, probably almost 2 hours talking. And Brandon got on this mower and he can run this one pretty good. He's getting around real good now though. So he can mow, the other mower's going, so I can do that. But like I said, tomorrow morning, just when it's getting light out, I'm going to take off. And I'll be back the following morning. I will see you guys on the next video.